this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine, and I lost myself.
What's up, everyone? Mystic Mike here with Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software, and today's guest is the Pink Knight. How you doing today, Pink?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Thank you for being here. And what we'll start with is I'll get you to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about what you do streaming-wise and whatnot.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm a variety streamer on Mixer. I switch between 18 plus and teen rated, depends on what I'm playing, and just always wanting to have a good time. You know, thinking of new ways to entertain people. I always said I was more of an entertainer before really a streamer, because I just everything I try to bring something new to every stream I have. But yeah.
Oh, and you definitely do. It's always fun to tune in and watch you, because you have, like I've always told you in the past, you have so much energy, so much going on. It's always fun to just lurk in there when I'm doing something, because then it like lifts up your spirits, I guess is the best way to put it. And I like that you do some anime games as well, because that's kind of like my guilty pleasures. I love watching anime and whatnot, and I love it.
Love it. That's my drug.
Same here. My wife laughs at me sometimes, but I'm like, it's not a children's cartoon. I would never let my child watch this cartoon.
Right, definitely.
Definitely not. All right, well, we'll jump right into the first question. It's kind of my go-to one. I really like the answers, and I just ate, so we should be good. What's your favorite go-to order at your favorite local restaurant?
Well, I usually like to switch up between Mexican and Chinese, but my just every time I always get it is the chicken rice and cheese or the steak rice and cheese. Just like every time, I absolutely love it.
Oh, nice. Love it. Sounds good. Next question we'll move into. What are some off-stream hobbies that you do, and how did you get into them?
Well, we both know anime for sure is something. I'm watching My Hero Academia right now, actually, finally, because we finally got Hulu. So nice. We're loving the heck out of that. And how I got started in that was just years ago. I was running a creative community on a site called Fan Pop. It's around those MySpace days, and met a lot of interesting people. Sonic the Hedgehog lovers and anime, and it was just absolutely amazing. They introduced me to it, and I just fell in love immediately, and just started finding the really cheap ones that are dubbed, with only subtitles. They're like $3-4 a box set, and I'd go get those. And so that's one of my hobbies. My other one right now is playing the ukulele and learning that. And I got into that because I wanted to play it for my streams, and for at first I was just learned happy birthday song for people to celebrate their birthday in the stream. But now and then I started learning. I learned Country Roads, Can't Help Falling in Love for my wife. She loves that. That was our first dance song at our wedding. And I love it. And right now I'm learning Ocean Eyes, and that's a really sweet one. Yeah, it's really simple song to learn, but it's very quick, so it's different. Yeah. But yeah, so that's two of my big hobbies right now.
That is awesome. Have you heard of Funimation?
Yes.
There's so much anime on that. It's like
that's what I watch most of my stuff on.
Okay, because we can't get Hulu here, so I had to go with Funimation to get my. Because I don't know if you've watched Sword Art Online, probably. Oh,
heck yes. I love it.
Never knew there was a third season.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching that right now, too.
Same. I'm loving it. But I never knew until Zone Holo was talking to me the one day, and then she started bringing up scenes from it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, that never happened. And she's like, what are you watching it on? I'm like, Netflix. She's like, oh, get Funimation. The third season's on there. I'm like, darn it. I've been missing out.
My wife, our license plates last year, mine was Kirito and hers is Asuna. So
Asuna is awesome.
Huge geeks over it.
That is awesome. I love it. That's by far, I think, my favorite anime. I've watched it maybe at least 5-6 times in the last 2 months, at least. My wife thinks I'm a little obsessed with it, but I'm like, it's such a good storyline. And the character development is so amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Sad too. Me cry.
Very sad. Very, very. I heard the third season's very sad too towards the end. No. Yeah, I know. I was told that my what do they call it? The heartstrings are going to be pulled on a little bit.
Oh dang. Oh
so,
no.
Yeah. Sorry.
We'll see. We'll have each other.
We will. Yeah. I got a shoulder. You got a shoulder. We got two shoulders. Next question we'll move on to then. What is one goal of streaming you haven't reached yet, and what is that? What is that goal, and what could you see yourself doing to reach that goal?
Well, right now it is to get partnered. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, I just recently hit 2,000 a few weeks ago, and I know that's not all the requirements, but I did apply at that time because I wanted to see where I was at, because I know I could apply easily in another month.
Yeah.
And so I applied. And they said basically the only thing is just get my viewers up a little bit. They said I'm a variety streamer, so all I have to do is I have a consistent 20. And
Yep.
they said mine range from 15 to like 25, and sometimes I would have 40 views. But those few streams where I didn't hit that 20 really hit me. So I have those consistent viewers every stream, and so that's my biggest goal. It's like trying to pass an exam. Like that's the biggest thing right now.
Pretty much. And you should be able to do that no problem. Like I said, your streams are they're so lively. They're so entertaining. And like you said, you put yourself as an entertainer first over a streamer. So, I mean, you're on the right track already.
Well, I appreciate you.
I'm surprised. I mean, every time I ever stop by, you're always up around like 25, 30 viewers.
It's been great. The community's been amazing. Everyone comes and supports, and it's absolutely amazing. It's just I might do Realm Morale. It's not one of my more popular ones, and I do some live streams, and it really made my numbers look bad, because I even streamed myself being at a con for like 20 minutes, and only had about 10 people come by during that.
Yeah.
And so I think that had something to do with it. So I stream a lot of stuff. So
I know.
So that's
I
what
never thought about that too. The IRL streams will definitely, because I know same here. When I do IRL, it's not, you get your regulars in, but other than that, you don't get the new views.
Definitely.
Yeah,
never even definitely like my Bob Ross stream. It's a little creative stream.
Yeah.
Luckily, we still hit the 20 viewers, but it's really hard to get some people in unless everyone just sees it, because they do love the Bob Ross stream.
Oh yeah,
but
I like that picture.
Thanks.
Next question we'll move on to. It's kind of a fun one we'll get into. Where to go here? Oh, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? And how would you use it?
Mine right now would be to know when someone's hurting. I know that sounds weird, but I can easily tell when I know the person, but like over the internet, sometimes it's harder to tell.
Yeah.
And people go through depression and anxiety all the time, and sometimes I just don't know, and I'll send them a message, and sometimes they were really upset, and I'm glad I got the message. But some people I just miss, and I would just really wish I had a superpower to where I would just know.
Yeah, know what's going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. It'd be almost like saying like reading minds almost.
Yeah.
Or even just feeling what was that one superhero? She felt like everyone's empathy or can't remember what it was.
Was it from an anime?
No, it was from Guardians of the Galaxy. The girl with the weird antennas. She could like touch you and like feel what you're
Mantis.
feeling. Mantis, yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cute.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome power.
It would.
Next question we'll move on to. We'll keep it a little bit more of streaming as well. It's kind of a general one. What would you say is the number one reason most people fail to make it at streaming, and what advice would you give them?
One huge thing is they focus on numbers so much instead of actually networking and making new friends. Like they'll just jump in the stream and wondering why their numbers don't boost up immediately, and just comparing themselves to others like negatively. Like it's great to look up to someone and say I want to be like that, and they learn from them. But when they're like, why did they have that many views? Why are they not watching me and stuff like that? Just
why does that work for them but not work for me? Yeah.
Just a whole lot of hate. That's one thing that messes up a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And because I mean, that's what messed me up when I first started streaming when I was like 16 or something. Like I tried streaming on Twitch, and I was doing crazy stuff. I've always loved entertaining people, and then I would stream for hours and hours on day. That's one thing that messes up people when they stream like 15 hours a day and not get anybody there. That's a bad one.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely put a little bit of a dent on your ego, because you think streaming that long a time that you're gonna like pull in all these viewers, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's like watching a movie. Would you want to go watch a 15-hour-long movie?
Yeah, I know, right? And then you get so exhausted by the end of it, and someone's gonna come in and look, you're like half dead, and they're like, "What? Well, I don't want to follow this guy."
No, exactly. No, love it. What advice would you give to new streamers starting out?
Definitely start like networking like crazy. Get on like every social media outlet you can think of: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make some friends. Honestly, find a clique you can jump into, because you know they're out there. I mean, there's so many cliques and groups of people that hang out. Just try to find one you're kind of have matching personalities with, and just hang with them. Join their Discord. Hang out with them. Join their retweet group. I don't know. Just talk to them.
Create
like,
an actual bond.
Yeah, create a bond. Be in their streams. Don't be expect them just to do everything for you. Like, be a part of their streams, their life. You be in their Discord. Learn about them, and they're gonna want to learn about you too, and come check you out. Then it just works out.
Yep, no, exactly. Don't fall victim to the follow for follow trap, because
it
does nothing. Yeah,
I did.
Here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I first started streaming, when I saw the thing I started saying was everyone was playing either Fortnite or PUBG and doing follow for follow, and I was like, okay, so this is what being a streamer is, because there's no one in my area that does it either. So there's no one for me to look up to around here.
Yeah.
And so I fell into that. I was playing Fortnite and PUBG, which I do not even like those games. I was just doing it because that's what streamers do, quotation. But so I after being miserable for a few weeks, I started playing games I actually enjoyed and really loved that, and then realized follow for follow was not doing anything. So, but yeah.
I think the best analogy I heard was basically everyone's inviting everyone to their party, their own personal party, but then no one shows up because they're too busy at their own party, kind of thing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I love it. And like you said, I think everyone falls victim to it, and some people just stay into it too long before. By then it's too late.
See, I had good intentions with it. Like, I was, jumped into follow for follow. I was like, okay, I'll meet a few people. So I did about 100 followers in follow for follow. And I was actually going to a bunch of their streams, and I actually have a few friends that are with me today we still watch each other from that. Yeah. But like you said, people stay in it too long and they rely on it too much and stuff like that.
Yep. And then the thing is, you look at the partnership, like, you need 2,000 followers, but if it's 2,000 empty followers and you have like 1,000 views,
exactly,
well, then it's no good.
I know somebody was talking to me about how my follower to viewer ratio looked perfect because I had 2,000 followers and 20,000 views. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's like a 10 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I was so proud.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's the one number I looked at the hardest when I started out. Was I always wanted to try to keep around like 8 to 12 views per follower. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. It's it's like you said. That number looks nice compared to
really does.
How many, because I see some people with like 16,000 followers, but then they have like 20,000 views, and you're like, okay, well, where are all these followers? Why aren't they watching? You should have at least double your followers, at least.
Yeah, it's sad. It's so sad.
No, but you live and you learn, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learn.
Hopefully you learn, yeah. Next question, we'll move into what would you say is your favorite thing about streaming?
Definitely meeting tons of new people is definitely mine. Of course, that entertaining people, because my dad was an entertainer. My grandfather was an entertainer. Like, they were in the music industry, and I was, of course, really talented in that field. But I've always wanted just to put on a costume and do something crazy, and But yeah, that, and like I said, meeting new people. I've met thousands of new people through streaming and networking, and I love it.
It's amazing. And I was going to say, speaking of dressing up, because you used to do a lot of cosplay, didn't you? Or you still do, don't you?
I still do. I go to cons. I'll dress up for streams. Like, I would dress up as Jason for Friday 13th, Goofy for Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. And like you dressed up as Sora. That was beautiful. Let's see.
I have a Cloud one too for when Final Fantasy VII the remake comes out.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I got a Fallout suit for my Fallout streams. Too bad 76 was kind of a flop, so I didn't really get to work that one out. But
I remember the Fallout onesie.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I go to cons, and that's actually where I network a lot too. I don't just stick to online. I'll go to cons and meet with vendors. That's why in our Discord we have a bunch of vendors that I meet at cons too. So nice. All of our streamers in the Discord can actually get merch made in our Discord and sent to them. Like, I'm getting buttons made right now.
Oh, nice! So some little pink Knight buttons.
Little Pink Knight buttons. It's a little anime looking one. It's like a little anime Pink Knight.
Kind of like your logo right now on the Skype here.
Yeah, but it's like a cutesy wootsy version. It's like all sparkly and looking like all anime, like waifu kind of thing. Like it's hilarious. I'll send you a picture later.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see that. I'll probably end up. Tell me, do you use Spreadshirt still?
I have it, but I just kept running into so many problems. I was very ignorant with the software, and I kept trying to delete stuff, and it seemed like it would copy it over, and then I would have two of it, and then I didn't know how to work it anymore, and I got lazy and got off.
I was gonna say I need to get a little Pink Knight onesie for my daughter because I got one for Michelle now.
That'd be cute.
I got one for mine. I want to try to get like everyone I watch, like have her a whole collection of like be like the mixer collection.
Well, I'll definitely work on that for sure.
Let me know. Let me know when you get one, and then I'll be the first onesie buyer.
Well, I'd love that. I appreciate it.
Speaking of your name as well, how did you come up with your name, and what meaning or significance does it have to you?
Actually, that's a huge thing about me. That's what helps me start my stream, helps me end it, and wake up in the morning. Like when I think of my name, it means so much to me. And I'll start off with the easy part. Knight came from back when I was real young. I felt weak and defenseless. Honestly, I couldn't fight, and I just looked up to knights so much because they were so brave and put on the armor and protected the princess, fought the dragon, defended the castle. And I'd go to my grandparents' house, and they had a little knight book where I would print off sheets of the knights, and I would color them in like every day. Like nice. I did that for so long. So it made me just fall in love with knights. And I watched Game of Thrones. So I adore him so much. And pink, the word pink comes from a time when I was around 7 or 8 years old, and it was my MySpace days, and I was browsing around because I didn't really have a life outside of MySpace at the time. Like I couldn't really talk to people. I had a hard time doing that. No one really liked me. I know that sounds weird, but I had like 0 friends. My family wasn't very loving.
Oh, okay.
And they were just away on business, and so I was alone all the time. And I was on MySpace, and I made a friend, and her name was Amy on MySpace. Yeah. And we were the best friends. We talked every day for like months, and it got to where she told me she had breast cancer, and. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but I love you. Like, I'm glad we're friends, because being 7, you don't know what, breast cancer is and death. At least I didn't. And so we kept talking like that, like nothing was wrong. I thought that was some kind of, maybe she was sick with the flu or something. Yeah. And so we talked for a while. And after I came home one day and she, didn't respond. And I was like, okay, that's weird. She must be asleep. So the next day rolls around. She didn't respond. I'm like, that's weird. We talk every day. Yeah. So a few weeks roll by, and I get a message, and it's her sister saying that she passed away from breast cancer, and it took a bad turn for the worst. Yeah. And she died. She sent me her thank you message. Like I got to read the message. It said Bram, thank you for making these last few months absolutely amazing. Just a bunch of emotional sad stuff. Yeah. Oh, wow. And I actually said this on stream a while back, and I busted out crying because I just could not hold it in because I haven't even told my wife at the time. Yeah, really, I kept it in for over a decade, and it just was really hard releasing it. So I can say it a little bit now. Yeah. And so that really affected me. Just losing the only friend I had. And I carried that burden for a long time. And when I just wanted that to be me, Pink Knight, because I wanted to be strong and save people. And I wanted to live on that memory of my friend Amy from so long ago. So that
is all I really like. I mean, I've heard the story before, but it still gives me goosebumps. Like my hair is like up on edge right now. Like it's
I know.
It's an amazing story.
Thank you. It's hard to say, but I'm glad that I get to say that story. Like it's
sure.
part of me that I would not have shared if it wasn't for me starting my streaming up.
Yep. Well, it's something that's shaped you and made you into the person you are. And like I said, you're an amazing person. Like I've never had any issues with you, and you're always there to help everyone. And I don't know, you're such a great guy. That's all. That's the only way I can put it.
Well, I hear the same thing about you.
You always hear me say no crabs in my bucket. Well, I keep you in my bucket because you're not a crab.
Oh, love it.
Because you know the crab mentality, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
I mean, you posted that. Yeah, I was like, I love this.
I love it. I live by it so much. I try so hard to keep the crabs out. Just get away. Don't need to pull me down. You get nowhere. You're right. It's better to rise together than fall together.
Yeah, I'd say that's one thing that's helped us out since I started streaming. I know this isn't the question or anything, but just I have not worried about anyone else's growth affecting me. I'm like, why am I not growing as much as them? Or haha, I'm growing more than you. Like I have not. I don't even worry about the numbers. I just turn on my camera, entertain, and I call it a night. And I watch other people. I watch them entertain. I praise them. They call it a night. Like I celebrate with them when they hit their goals. They celebrate me when I hit my goals. I'm not even worried about no competition here.
That's what it should be about. Like we're all streamers. We should all be helping each other, not tearing each other down. Because at the end of the day, if we all help each other, it's better for the platform. Especially with Mixer being so new, it's gonna be its 2-year birthday in May. Like if we all work together, partners and non-partners, the platform. I mean, the platform's amazing as it is, and the stuff coming up that I can't talk about, that's all NDA. Mixer is going in the right direction, like 100%. It's taking its time, which I prefer. Because I'd hate for them to rush some of the stuff, but it is going in the right direction, and it's got a bright future.
Well, I love that so much.
Yes. And we'll move on to the next question then. We'll go with a nice little fun one here. If a genie was to grant you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for?
Well, I would love to be immortal. I know that sounds weird, like, well, your friends are gonna die, you know what I'm saying? But I would just love that. I've of course I've had my bad times, but I would love to just continue growing, helping others grow. I would love to influence others just throughout, I don't know, as long as I can. Like, and definitely unlimited supply of anime is a big one for me.
Like, there's a lot out there.
Anime. I know there's so much, and I'll never be able to watch them all.
No, it's when I went on Funimation, I was like, oh my goodness, I was like, this opened up a whole new world for me. Like, I'm not gonna have time to stream.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'd want to be immortal, to give me all the time to watch all that anime.
Oh, true, yeah.
And definitely to get rid of depression for sure. I was gonna say anxiety and depression, but I know that's greedy, and that's two. But
they kind of go hand in hand, though. Most times,
yeah, definitely
for the most part,
go hand in hand. But definitely would be get rid of those. That it doesn't affect me as much anymore. Personally, I get it every once in a while, but I know it's huge with so many people, especially a lot of people in my community, because a lot of them are artists and animators and musicians, and that affects them so much. And I would love to be able to get rid of that.
I think that's a common thing too with a lot of streamers.
It's huge.
And I think, like, for myself personally, like, what drew me to it was the social interaction I could get without having to leave my home. And it's really helped me. Like, my doctors, my wife, everyone, like, they see the difference I make, or the difference it has made in my life in the last, coming up on a year now. And at first my wife she was kind of thought, oh, you're just playing video games, you're just finding an excuse to play video. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. And then now the last 6-7 months, she's like, oh, it's actually helping you. Like, you're kind of going back to your old self. And I'm like, yeah, like, it's not, it's it's like a therapeutic thing almost.
It really is. It's amazing. 100%. Absolutely incredible. Because I just had my 1-year anniversary back on Mixer streaming, and that the year before, right before I started, was some of the worst times of my life. I was affected by a lot of things that happened within my family, and I was almost homeless, and just a bunch of negative mojo came down on me all at once, and it freaked me out. But me and my wife, she was my fiance at the time, got a house, and because had no choice. And it really helped out. Started streaming, and it completely changed my life almost immediately because I started off with networking instead of just turning on the camera this time.
Yeah. No, we had a really good network going at first. I remember because that's how we all met, was through the old HH there. And
oh, right. Definitely. That helped out so much. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah. I keep looking back to that, and I'm like, although it didn't end well, the connections that were made from the people that were in it, I mean, I still talk to pretty much, I'd say 70% of the people that were in it.
Honestly, don't think I would have all the friends I have today if it wasn't for that. Like, I got invited into there, like, I don't know, a few weeks after I started streaming. Like, I was like, I don't know who you guys are, but sure, I'll join. I would love to.
Yeah, same here. Well, they invited me, and I said, well, let me just watch you guys. And I kind of just looked at them, watched the streamers, and wanted to make sure it was the right fit for me and everything. Because I heard some teams can go really bad, and some are more built for the stream owner or the stream team owner to make a name for him or herself.
Yeah,
but then
definitely.
After me seeing like yourself, there was like Father like Sonny and Courage, Choppy Fry, Dusty, like some of the people in there, like just watching their streams, and I'm like, I like these people. I'm like, these are the kind of people I want to surround myself with.
Definitely.
We had good times. And I like to think we still do.
Loved it. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Next question we'll move on to. What roadblocks have you ran into along the way in regards? This could either be with streaming or in life in general. And how did you overcome them?
At first, when I first started streaming, I had a lot of negativity coming from a few family members and friends in the area. Because, like I said, there's no one in my area that really does it. If they do, I haven't even met them yet, or they haven't come out of the shadows. So all of them was like, "You can't do this. This is you're not Markiplier. You're not PewDiePie. Like you're never gonna be anything like with streaming. Like you just should stop." Like they would tell me I should stop and work on a real job. And I just, my wife said I could do it, and she was the only one at the time that said I could do it. So I just started, kept going for it. Of course, I had a few family, that supported. They didn't really know what it was about, but they're like, "Yeah, go for it." Yeah. But just a lot of people trying to tear me down when I first started, and that's what kept causing me to stop the times before us, because they just like, you can't do this, and that really hurts.
Oh yeah.
And so, but yeah, that was a huge roadblock. And, like I said, having one person to support me really kept me going. Of course, it was my wife. But I think if someone started, if they just had one person that told them that they could do it, that wasn't themselves, I think that would really change, a lot of people's perspective.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I think that's where like we come into play when it comes into networking, is us being that voice saying, no, you can do it. Don't give up.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And that's what really helped when, like, all the times I tried streaming without networking, because I really, for some reason, did not think that's how it was done. Yeah. I had nobody telling me that I could really do it except for my wife, and eventually I just thought I couldn't do it anyways. But let's see, any other roadblocks? I guess, like I said, I don't really worry about other people's, when it comes to competition or anything. I really just want to support everyone. Yep. I guess just other people trying to tear me down for what I do. If it's spreading hate or saying I'm doing something that I'm obviously not, because, even my wife keeps a watch on me. She would have my, neck if she found out I was doing something I can't be fake. Like, I have so many coworkers and bosses and my boss that actually watch my streams. My wife, like, they would call me out so quick.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess just like I said, people just trying to spread hate. Like, but how I got across that, I just separate myself from it, and just cut my losses and move on, because I've just made so many friends on this beautiful mixer and everything else. Yeah,
no, that's where it comes into cutting the crabs out. Get the crabs out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, get the crabs out, because you don't need that negativity in your life. Like, if you have someone just, spreading hate, just, you got to cut it off, no room for that.
No, it sucks sometimes, because I know I've had to cut off some close buddies of mine because they just wouldn't get on board with it, and they just, the hate, the spreading, the making fun of it. And eventually I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this. You either got my back or you don't got my back. Right. I'm sorry. See you later. And some of them have come around now that now that they see, oh, you're actually serious about this. I'm like, yeah, no, I was serious from day one. Like, this is it. And then some of them are still kind of like, he's still playing video games. What a loser. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. This loser's playing video games and getting paid for it. So
Right. Oh, I love it when someone from my family or like from my neighborhood pops into my stream because they're like, well, I'll finally click his link after he's been posting it for a year, and they'll come in and say, and they're like, oh my gosh, like you look like a famous YouTuber, a famous streamer. I'm like, just doing my thing.
Yeah, I'd say the greatest feeling I had was Halloween last year when a kid came to the door and I had my Mystic Mike hat on and I was giving candy, and all of a sudden he's like, do you play Minecraft? I'm like, yeah, I play Minecraft. He's like, you play Minecraft every Monday? I'm like, I do, yeah. And he's like, I know you're Mystic Mike. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I got recognized in my neighborhood. That's so cool.
That is incredible, man. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So, like, it's the little things like that just make it so amazing.
It makes it worthwhile for sure.
100%. And we'll go on to the next question. It's kind of another little fun one. If you were to have a memoir written about yourself, what would the title be?
Probably P1nkKnight's journey to entertain the world. Probably something like that.
I love it. That's perfect.
I would love that.
It pretty much hits everything too, with like just what you've said over time and what I've known from you the last little while, or the last almost year now. Actually, coming up on May, I think, is when I joined HH. So it'll be coming up on a year now.
Oh my gosh, it's our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
You better take me out.
You better put out. No.
Well, we'll watch anime.
That's good enough for me.
Heck yeah.
Next question we'll move on to. If I was to ask you at age 5 what you wanted to be when you grew up, what would you have said?
A professional gamer.
Professional gamer.
I used to go to my mom and tell her everything about every kind of game I played. At that time, it would be like the Nintendo, like Mario. And I go to my mom. I was like, Mom, you never guessed it. I just killed a Koopa, and I just went through a pipe, and I just went through blah 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 blah. I just saved the princess. Yeah. I just like went on and on and on. And she was like, you know what, you're gonna be a professional gamer someday. I was like, you know what, I am. Like, she says that to this day. Like, she'll brag on Facebook posts. I knew he was going to be a professional gamer.
That is awesome.
Oh, no, I love it.
No, that is perfect. What would you consider to be your deepest fear?
Definitely being alone and forgotten would be a big one. Just leaving this world and no one bats an eye, and not making any difference. I know I just keep going on. Like, that's a big one. But that's one back thing to being immortal. I feel like I'm being immortal every time I sell a shirt. Like, if I just imagine if I like passed away and if somebody like picked up my shirt out of their closet and threw it on, like I feel like I was still here, Yeah. And
you'll live on it with your streams, your VODs, your YouTubes, your everything, just the connections you made, the family. I call everyone family as far as I'm concerned on Mixer that I've met so far, like, cause everyone's like family to me. But you'll definitely live on.
Thank you. I just want to make an impact on as many people as possible. A positive impact.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. It's easy to make a negative impact. It's harder to make a positive impact.
It really is.
It's sad. I've had to change that.
Oh, I know it is. It is. I've had a few people in just my short time of streaming actually come to me and tell me I've saved their life. Like, they put down the blade or put down just, you never know if it's true or not, but just have them say that just really changes the way I see things. And like, definitely. If I could do this for this person, like, because one friend, I'm not going to say any names, he said that he made a promise to himself that on his birthday of this year that he was going to it was like the end of last year, actually, that he was going to, leave this world. And he said that I made him change his mind. And I was like, oh, my God.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful. It really is. And I just want to continue doing that for the rest of my life anyways.
And I hope you do. And I can't see why you wouldn't.
Well, thank you.
Next question. If you had the ability to erase something from your past, would you? And what would it be?
I want to say I probably would not, because of all the roads I had to take to get to where I am. And I'm really happy with where I'm at. Like, with my wife, my location, my job, my career, with streaming, my community. Honestly, I don't think I would want to start any earlier or later than I did. Yeah. I think I'm absolutely where I need to be.
Yep. No, I love it. And that's one question too. Like, I love that answer because I've only gotten it a few times. Because you got to look at your past as what shaped you and made you to where you are and who you are now. So I guess another way to word this, in which I believe it was Tubby's Virus who turned it around on me, and I really liked it, was if you could go 10 years into the future, what would you say to yourself?
Let's see. If me right now could go 10 years in the future and talk to myself?
Yeah. What would you tell yourself? It really makes you think, eh?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Never stop trying, just keep going. Like, keep doing your thing, keep being pink, keep entertaining, keep being a good husband, keep inspiring others.
Yeah. No, I love it. If someone turned that around on me, and I'm like, that is such a good way to do it.
It is.
Ideally, you don't want to change the past. Like, you want to learn from it and not move on, but learn from it and continue on. But to be able to go into the future and talk to yourself in the future, and not so much see like, okay, well, what am I doing in the future, but more or less just be able to say, hey, you did good. Keep doing what you're doing. Kind of thing.
Right, definitely. I would honestly want to make sure I'm still grounded. Like, like I don't want to get a big head. Like, that's one reason I keep my wife and community and coworkers so close, is because I don't want to get to that point where I think I'm better than anyone. I'm not saying I don't get those feelings at all, but I also like work very hard not to get any temptations, because this is going a little away from things, but I watched a podcast with Mr. T, and this lady was talking about what's wrong with you? Why are you dressed like that? Look at your shoes. They have duct tape on them. It's ridiculous. Why do you have duct tape on your shoes? And he just responds with, oh, well, that's a good question. These shoes really helped me keep me well grounded, because these are my father's shoes, and they were my brother's shoes, and I have to hold them together with duct tape, because even though I have all this money and fame, I want to you stay grounded and
remember your roots, kind of thing, where you came from.
He wants to remember his roots and stay heavenly and everything, and I was like it shook me, and I was like, oh yeah, wow, that's strong.
And it's so true, because I've seen not so many, I shouldn't say, but I've seen some people, they get that partner or that verified, and then it just goes to their head, and some of them get out of it. Some of them you can talk to and say, hey, remember why you became partner, remember what got you to partner. And then some just
Oh, I know. That's one thing that saddened me. I met a few partner streamers when I first started, not calling any names, of course. Yep. But and we were like, I felt like we talked so much. Not I wasn't bugging them, but like I could rely on them message me back at least in a day's time. Yeah. And they hit partner, and it's just they ghost. I'm like, maybe it's just you get super busy when you get partnered. Maybe you just don't really have time to just message people, and it really kept me from talking to a lot of other partner streamers. It really did affect me in a negative way, because I was like, I don't want to bother them. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't co-streamed with a single mixer partner since I started streaming, and I see people do that all the time. Like I felt like I was a nuisance, honestly.
Oh no, I will say things does get I wouldn't say busier, but the real work starts after partner.
Oh yeah, I know that for sure. Yeah, but that's why I didn't want to bother them. Like I'll just stick with people that aren't partnered, because I want them to get their work done. I don't want to bother anybody.
Oh no, bother away.
So I know that's the huge reason why I distance myself from a lot of partnered streamers, because I just don't want to hold them back.
Oh no, like I know for me personally, like I would never think of just holding me back, because like I said, I co-stream with non-partners. I don't know if I've really co-streamed with another partner in a while or ever.
I know. I see you do that all the time.
Yeah. For me, it's just, I'm kind of like you. I want to help everyone. I want to lift everyone up, and my phone's always going. My phone's always available. Right. To the chagrin of my wife sometimes. But I tell her, I've gotten to that point where people message me for help, and I'm like, I want to be able to help them. I'm like, I'll tell them sometimes, hey, watching a movie with the wife, I got to pin it. I'll put a pin in it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done. Like, don't think I forgot about you.
Right. I can't tell how many times I've scrolled through your profile and it's like, maybe I should ask him for a coach stream. I'm like, nah, he's probably really busy. Like,
No,
I've done that
sure.
so many times.
You name the game, we'll set it up. I mean, I'm a little bit busier now with the baby.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you take care of that baby.
If I can set something up, like, because the rest of all my family goes home. My dad goes home Saturday or Friday. My son goes home Friday. And then after that, we're gonna start a routine because I'm like, I need to get back. I miss the community, even though I haven't been streaming as much. I've done a couple IRL streams and a couple like game streams, but I've kind of stepped back and just spending time with my wife and my family and stuff because
That's good.
Things are hectic right now. But I miss the Mixer family.
Oh, definitely. I would too. I would.
Yeah. Which is what I like doing with this podcast because then I can still, it gives me. Because it only takes about an hour and a half to record, and then about an hour to edit it later on when everyone's in bed. And then I still have that connection. I can still get to meet people. I can still talk to people I've already met, and kind of that's what I like about this. And the wife's all on board with it. She's like forces me sometimes to go downstairs, go do a podcast, get one out of the way, we'll watch a movie later. I'm like, all right, cool.
She sounds amazing.
I love her to death. She's definitely very supportive.
That's awesome. It's good to have a supportive partner for sure.
100%. We'll get on to the next question. It's kind of a throwback to when you first started streaming. What could you go back? What do you wish you had known when you started out? What would you tell yourself? Like, knowing what you know now, when you first started, what would you tell yourself?
Well, what do you mean, like my 1 year anniversary, like a year ago when I started streaming, or when I very first started streaming?
Like when you very first started streaming, like when you were like a noob. I started when I was like 15 or 16, and I wish I knew that it was way more than just turning on the console and hoping people would come watch you. Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how frustrating that is. Like, you know.
Yeah. I know.
To stream, like we talked about earlier, stream forever, and like you might get a view, like, or two, and people might follow you and they might not. Like, I really wish I didn't waste so much time thinking that was how you do it. Yeah. I was like, is this is how you do it? You know? I was like, nope, I was so wrong.
I think everyone needs to go through that though. Is the and I say it all the time, is just everyone needs to go through that.
Definitely.
Broadcasting on the Xbox or the PS4 or whatever they're broadcasting on, and just go through that trial. But then I wish I could tell them after a month, okay, now this is how you're going to do it from here on out.
I know. And I'm great at talking to people online. I just wish I knew that, like, for some reason that did not cross my mind that's how you meet a bunch of other streamers and stuff. Like, I don't know, just didn't cross my mind.
No, same here. I thought kind of like the same thing you're saying, like you thought you'd be a bother for partners. Like I thought I'd be a bother for other streamers, or that they would think I'm trying to leech off them or something. And I got really guilty. Like even when like I had like a few like NK Woe and Stupendous, like love those guys to death. Like NK reached out to me, and I subbed to him the day his button dropped, which was like 10 days after I started streaming, because the guy is so down to earth and humble. And I can remember him sitting in on my streams, lurking at work, and he'd be like whispering me, hey, try doing this. Hey, try doing this. Pretend that you're talking to a teddy bear, or like, and it'd just be me and him, and he would just be kind of like, okay, oh, you're doing a really good job now. I like the way you described what you were doing in this instance, and keep doing stuff like that. And like, I'm like, that's when I'd open my eyes that I need to start talking to more streamers, regardless of their size, and just get input from them. And then that's when I started giving input to other streamers as well. And then it's when I discovered what networking truly was for this industry anyway.
For sure, yes.
But it's crazy.
It is. It's a crazy game.
It is. It's fun. It's such a fun game.
Yeah. So thrilling.
It is. I think it's the one thing like that it doesn't feel like work. It just feels fun.
It does.
Yeah. Next question. It's kind of a good one. I really like this question, and I can't wait to hear your answers because I think they're really good. What are 3 things you value most about a person? 3 values.
One is their honesty. I can't stand when someone is lies, or is like they'll do things. Let's see, trying to word this better. When they do things online, but they're just fake, you know? Like, I want someone to be honest with themselves, honest with everybody. And I just want them to be genuine, honestly. Because that's one thing I love to do, because I love everyone getting to know me, and I, because if I don't want to just hit that day where I slip up and they're like, wait, like, what? That's not you. And then you're like, oh, well, you just find out how I really am. Sorry, suckos. And definitely their character. For sure. I want them to have a good character. I love the personalities. Of course, we could build on it. And we can grow together. It's just I just don't really, I don't know. I don't want someone with a negative character. And this one, my big one was in their influence on others online and in real life. Because it doesn't matter how big you are, you're going to influence other people's lives. No matter what, if it's for positive and negative way. And I can't stand when people spread, hate and just talk about negative things and talk about, oh, woe is me, this is horrible, and blah, blah, blah. And it's really hard to say this, but just be a good influence if you can, because that's what I live by.
No, I love it. And it's great values to have. Like, you want to have someone who's genuine, has good character, and it's going to be a good influence, because it's like you said, you never know who's going to come into your stream and what they're going through in that day. Like, they could come from an abusive family, they could be bullied at school, and they could be coming on and to watch you, and it might be the first time they see you, and you might be the first positive thing they've seen that day, and you can be that positive influence and help them just by talking to them, basically. Or you could be a negative influence and be fake and not really help them at all, and then who knows what's going to happen to them.
Oh yeah, when that's a big thing. Like when trolls come in, like people are like, "What do you do about trolls? What do you do about trolls?" That's something people ask me all the time, because obviously everyone gets them. Like if someone just comes in and says hey fatty, or hey chub chub, like that one. When I really like someone, was like, hey Mr. Chub Chub Nub Nub, I was like, I laughed, I was like, that's pretty funny. But I was like, look, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry you've had a rough day. I feel like you need a good time. So come in here, hang out with us. Maybe you can have some fun. We don't allow negativity here, of course, but we're here. We're here for you. We'll love you and we'll talk to you. And usually 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, wow, thank you. Okay. Well, okay. I'm sorry for calling you that. And I had to talk to my mods first too, because they're like, no one's going to talk to Pink like that. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, guys, let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. And so I kind of taught them to be more loving. They're like, hey, we don't allow that, but thank you for being here, and we would love to have you and talk to you some more. And that really changed the game on a lot of things for me.
And that's the thing too. Like I try to do the same thing too, depending on what they're trolling. Like if they come in and they say anything about my son or anything like that, because I do. No, stream, I'm if like,
they get personal like that.
Yeah. No. But if it's something like that, like, hey, Minecraft's stupid, or you're too old to be playing, I'll be like, oh, why do you say that? And same thing. Like I'll kind of turn it around and make them a family member, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like you said with personal, like if they say, I've had people come in and talk about my wife or something, I'm like, no.
See you later. Kool-Aid guy's coming out for you. No, that's awesome. That's pretty much all I have for you. Is there anything I didn't ask you that I should have, or anything that you want to touch on or talk about before we drop your links and stuff?
Wow. I don't know. That was a lot of good stuff. Yes. Even covered food.
I got to cover the food.
Yeah, no, you've definitely done great for yourself with coming up with questions and everything. It's really great stuff.
Oh, thank you. I try to change them every week too, to kind of
really?
Keep them fresh. Wow. And I try, like I said, everyone I've talked to, I'd like to get on eventually again. And the other thing I'd like to do is eventually get streamers and their partners on as well, to kind of get the partner or their spouse to share their side of it, because I think that's because where this is, the whole idea of this is to be behind the screen, basically behind the broadcasting software, to put like a human to the person, basically, like more than just people think, oh, we just turn on a game and we just turn on the camera and we play a game. It's easy. We don't have a life afterwards. I'm going to spam invite you to everything, but I kind of want to get that other side, the support side too. And I've had a few people agree to do that as well. Like their spouses are going to come on eventually and do the whole, like, this is my view of it at first, and this is how I came around to it, and You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense.
I know. Oh, no, that makes a lot of sense. I honestly don't think my wife would do it. She is like so shy. But I would probably try to force her. No, I would let
you just gotta let her know it's not live. It is. I can't edit out anything at all. Like if anything, because there's been times where I talk to some people and they're like, "Hey, I kind of said something I shouldn't have said. I'm not ready to share it. Can you edit it out?" I'm like, "Yeah, not a problem." Boom, boom, and I send them a clip. I go, "Here's what I have so far. Listen to it. Is it good to go? Okay, cool." And then leave it as is or edit, because I don't want anyone to share anything they're not ready to share, even though they might be ready to share it with me, but then later on go, wait, I'm not ready to share it with the world.
Or I understand that
20 or 30 people that listen.
You're gonna just keep getting bigger and bigger. You have an amazing community, and so many people love you.
I try. It's a lot of work.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. No, yeah. Basically, what I'll get you to do now then is drop any of your links: Twitter, Mixer, and Instagram. Anything you use. What's that new one everyone's using now? Crunk or?
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, one Lady Panda was telling me about it. It's built just for.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her use that.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I keep meaning to check it out, but I feel like I have so much on the go with Twitter and Instagram that I'm like, I don't have time to deal with another one right now.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm enjoying the stream loots thing. Hey, have you done stream loots?
I haven't. I've
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've been seeing like your cards. I've been seeing everyone's cards have been popping up now, and I'm like, I need to look into that once I get some time. I know.
I kept putting it off. Like, I already have enough on my plate, but like I tried it out. I fell in love with it. Like you could do some amazing ones with the Minecraft and everything. Like I have a few for Minecraft. Like I'll one card that's like a random card. I'll build a crappy statue for you. Like it literally says I'll build a crappy statue for you. And then one that says I'll build a good statue. And then one's like I'll build an amazing statue for you. Like in a creative stream.
And people just buy the cards with like the channel currency.
Oh no, they use actual money, and they buy chests. And they'll go to your stream loot, so it'd be like stream loots slash Mystic Mike, and you would have your chest, and they would buy a chest. You could set your own prices, and you'll have your own cards set up, and they get random cards out of the chest, and they can use those on your stream, and it'll play it, and you'll be like, oh well, I have to do that now.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's definitely a game changer, and it's very interesting.
I'm gonna have to check that out this weekend because I wasn't sure. I thought it was just like something that people bought with their channel currency, and so I was kind of like, well, I'll wait to implement it. Right now, it's not on the forefront. But oh wow, I'm gonna have to look into that then.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll get you to drop all your links, and then I will link them in the description as well. That way, people can copy and paste them or click on them.
Well, I appreciate it. All right, so just say my links.
Yeah, drop your links.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm P1nkKnight with a 1, P1nkKnight, KNIGHT, and I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, YouTube. Discord. I'm on mostly everything, but yeah. So I'm on in Steam. So I'm on all those. Check me out. I'm on Stream Loots. That's one we were just covering, and So that's all my links.
All right, too easy, and I will have those all linked in the description to everybody, so you can just go right in there if you were trying to write it down quickly. They will be there to be copied and pasted, or just clicked on. Really.
I'll send them to you after the broadcast through Skype. That'll make it easier.
Yeah, that'll be easier. Usually I just go to your Mixer page and just copy everything off there, but that'll be a lot easier than I can just copy it all as one big giant thing. That's where I'm actually on your Mixer page right now, getting them all. So
actually, I'll send you my link tree if you know what that is.
Yeah, link tree would be perfect. Yeah, that'll make it even
link
easier.
And everything.
Yeah, I gotta start getting everyone to do Linktree because then that's way easier.
Yes, for sure.
Love it. All right. Well, again, thank you very much. It was so much fun having you on here and talking. I think it's the first time we've talked in person, or like
it is
like this anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it was awesome. I had a really great time. Great learning some new stuff and just going over some old stuff that I've heard before too. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it again. Just right now.
Well, I'm glad. I've enjoyed getting to know you more, actually, personally, and to see that we actually had a lot of common interests and stuff.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Especially the anime. Like, I've always watched you do some of the anime stuff, and I love it. Like, I felt so bad that one time when you got a temp ban on it. I'm like, no way. Like,
yeah, that was my fault because my wife, she tells me games to play, and she saw Markiplier play it. She was like, "Well, if Markiplier play it, you can play it." So I go to play it, and I find out that the whole purpose of the game is to get with a bunch of women. Like, I didn't really get it. I didn't read the description or anything. I just jumped into the game, and it was like Candy Crush. And so, I'm playing Candy Crush basically, and then my stream gets banned. I'm like, what?
I remember that. Luckily, Mixer was really good about it and like got it up and back really good. Like they're good. They're good for that. They're good for banning quick, and they're good for helping people out real quick.
Oh, they were amazing. They got with me like not even an hour later, and like, oh yeah, we'll get you fixed up. You didn't mean to, and I was like, I promise I didn't mean to. Like they were like, you can see that you're genuine in your apology and everything. I was like, oh please, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again.
No, that was all. I remember that so bad. I'm like, no way. I'm like, we got to share the crap out of this and get it ready, get it up and running again.
I know. So right now, if I ever am iffy about a game, I literally send it to their team and say, can I play this? Can I stream this?
Best thing to do. I get people sometimes ask me the same. Oh, can I play this game? Don't talk to me. Email the cat team. Talk to them.
Oh yeah, they'll be like, Mystic Mike said I could do it.
Exactly. Really, they'll get myself in trouble. Come back one day and have no followers anymore.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, that is awesome. Again, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for listening. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Have a great one, and thank you very much. Later, all.
Thank you. Love y'all.
This concludes Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software with Mystic Mike. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you enjoyed this podcast or have any tips or questions for future guests or myself. Remember to email your questions for future guests or just general questions of how you could be a part of Behind the BS. Email me at behindthebs@mysticmikelive.com. Peace and love.